Good morning. How are you, everyone, this morning? Come on in and come on in. Let's see. How's everybody doing today? Set up everything. Come on in, come on in. Good morning, everyone. Oh, you made it. First arriver. Welcome in. Start up something. Yeah, I don't have coffee today. I'm actually drinking water with electrolytes. I'm super tired this morning, which is kind of out of the ordinary for me. How are you, TFP? Good morning, everybody. Come on in and say hello. Say hello. I'm going to show you guys a little something today. We're not going to do a garden tour, but I'm going to show you a little bit about what I got going on as it relates to today's topic. So I'm going to let everybody come on in, hit the like button on your way in. And with an outdoor garden, you have to battle everything. Yesterday, I was talking about the groundhogs and the squirrels, but I noticed that the birds were in my raised bed, and I'm wondering if they are digging up my green beans that I planted. That would suck. Good morning, Janet Potter. How are you? How are you? You looking forward to it? Great, great. I look forward to your stream too. Take a little sip of water this morning. Good morning, Gwen. How are you? Good morning, good morning. Come on in and take the poll for me this morning. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Nisi, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I am a coffee drinker, but this morning I don't have coffee. I have electrolytes and water. Normally I have coffee every morning. It was like 1 week I didn't have coffee because I use a specific creamer and we didn't have any cream and I don't take my coffee black. All right. So let's just talk. So I got a lot done after stream yesterday in the garden. How about you guys? It's supposed to be a very, very warm day today. And I'm trying to stay hydrated because I'm actually going to Trina's house today to help her and Mariah set up their garden. Now, it's going to be a task because I don't think her garden is completely cleaned out. So I have to charge the batteries for my tiller because I think I might have to do some tilling, but I'm not sure yet. We may be able to just hand pull everything that's there. So we shall see. How's everybody doing this morning? Is everybody ready for this good heat wave that's coming? Let me know in the chat. Are you ready for the heat wave today? Are you ready for the heat wave? You didn't get much done? Oh, that's right. You had your grandson's party. How was it? How old is your grandson? I bet it was fun. Now, me in particular, I don't really like kid parties. I don't even like my own kid's party. Because I get a little bit overstimulated when they, with all the noise, but it is what it is. And my allergies are kind of acting up too. So this pollen is getting the best of me. But yeah, you could use a cold front. Uh, I could not use a cold front. I'm okay with not having. What's the temperatures there? What is the temperatures there? Look at those glasses. Yeah, I got on my glasses today. My allergies are bothering me. Oh, brother, did we fix the thing? Are you going to test it this morning? Let's see. I don't know if we fixed it. Nope, we did not fix it, brother. I think we might have to choose a different bot or start over, which would suck. Okay? So good morning. Come on in, everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way in. Good morning. That's my art. Today, we're going to be talking about if you planted too many plants. And parts of me thinks I did, parts of me think I didn't. So my garden is not fully planted out yet, but I see how many plants I have left, and I also know that all the plants aren't for me. So I'm not really sure. 73 right now, going up to 93, praying for rain. I think we're getting rain later this week. But for the next couple days, it's going to be bright and sunny, and I welcome it. You're planting out some new bare root strawberries? Well, congratulations. What kind? Ever bearing or June bearing? Ever bearing or June bearing? So yeah, I think everybody come on in, hit the like on your way in. Let's take the poll if you have not already. So if you're over where you are, you can put like a thumbs up or hands up if you think you overplanted your garden. So let me try to validate why I have all the plants that I have. You're going to hear me go on my little soapbox story this morning. So let me try to validate myself really quick. I don't just plant for me. So when I started planting, you're not overplanted at all? That's good. You're very disciplined. So I planted, Nisi planted too much. That's a great admission. So I don't know if I planted too much or not, to be honest with you. Remember, I had the 66 pot hydroponic system going. Of the 66, I think 16 didn't germinate, and then I went back in and I planted some more stuff. So I have a lot of stuff out in the garden already, but I'm going to give you guys a little preview of what's left. You need more plants? Like what? Because I know I saw you plant, a whole bunch of cucumbers. Jackie Cooper, good morning. Yeah. I don't have any of my cucumbers in. Let me show you guys what I did for the cucumbers. Because of the birds and stuff that I was telling you about yesterday, see what I did? I put more seeds in the window. So these are, right here is some cucumbers, right here is some cucumbers, and up there on top of it are some more marigolds. Y'all know I love marigolds. So, but yeah, I didn't plant any of my cucumbers yet, and I put them in the window of the sun porch because it gets warm in here, and I use my little mist spray bottle to spray the paper towels. So I've been germinating the seeds in the window and just plucking them off and putting them in the garden. I used to do that for carrots, believe it or not, because I didn't want to thin out carrots. I just wanted to place them where I wanted them. So I used to do that for carrots. So, I did a seed snail roll. So all those marigolds are out there, but I need some more for the other side of the garden. Yesterday, I did the zinnias. They're looking pretty good this morning. Let me show you what the zinnias are looking like. I think you can kind of see them through. It's kind of sunny in here. Well, maybe not. I don't think you can see them through the thing here, but there's a light there. But the zinnias are looking pretty good from yesterday, so can't really complain about that. I want to open it up so that it's not too hot in there. There we go. But and then one of my marigolds in the front broke, so I tried to put it in some water to see what it would do. So we'll see what happens. But great news, we'll be planning more. I don't know if it's going to be on live stream next weekend or if I'm just going to do it this weekend, but my 2 raspberry green stalks will be here today. I ordered the soil for it, so I'll be planting that out today. One of which, as much as I didn't want to do it, I think one of which I'm going to have to go purchase flowers for. So I'm going to purchase flowers for one of them, and the other one I think I'm going to just have me and Camille do it. It's going to be like green beans. I'm really hesitant to plant any more beets. So I don't know if you guys remember, I got the beet seed tape. I'm going to put it out in the garden. I planted some carrots yesterday, but for today's stream, we're going to talk about if we planted too much, and if you did, what to do with them, right? So before we get started, just some little housekeeping rules. Number 1, let's keep it clean, PG-13 up in here. I think I do have 1 or 2 mods, but in the meanwhile, I'm going to turn on my moderator function so I get to help out this morning. I have the best mods in the land, I think. And number two, hit the thumbs up on your way in. So I see we're 16 for 16. Hey, Asia, good morning. So good morning, Asia. And number three, let's see. Keep it clean, PG-13. Hit the like button on your way in. And three, I like an interactive chat, so please feel free to ask questions along the way. So let me just tell you why I chose the topic of did I plant too many plants this year, right? So I don't think I did. There are, so far, I've worked in my grandmother's garden, which this week on Thursday, you'll see her garden update. I worked in Steph's garden. I had to edit that episode. It'll be coming out soon. I'm doing my own garden. And then there's Trina and Mariah. I'm going by their house today to assess their garden and put some plants in their garden. So let me just show you, before we get started, what all is going in Trina's garden. I did set aside some plants. How you doing, Mr. Sweet Time? I set aside some plants, and you guys know that I did some seed starting last week. So let me just turn this around so you guys can see, right? So I fertilized these yesterday because they were quite yellow. Some of them are still yellow, but there's a variety of, don't pay attention to the trash there. I was trying to clean up yesterday. So I have some peppers in here, tomatoes, different herbs, some ground cherries. And so this whole 1020 looking tray right here, this is all stuff for Trina. Now I have stuff that I don't have homes for yet either, right? So check it out. This is all my stuff. I got some hibiscus that have gone on to glory. I'm gonna get rid of that today. Then over here I have even more peppers. Mind, body, soil life. Good morning, Tasha. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I have these. So that's a giant bell pepper, a peach rush, a very hot pepper that I got from JD Peppers Farms. And then check it out. I remember before I left for Mother's Day, I started a lot of watermelons, honeydew melons. One of my daughter's favorite fruits are honeydew melons. And so I have some squash in here, some nasturtiums, some Swiss chard, sugar baby that I'm going to put in my green stalk. So I decided, just off of seeing other people, I think Green Love, I think Asia, who's in the chat and everything, they put melon, well, maybe not melons, but they put squash, zucchini, and stuff inside of their green stalks. So guess what? I am too, because when I see other people do it, it proves to me that I could do it too. So, I mean, that's what the green stalk originals are for, to grow like the bigger plants. So I am going to put them more toward the bottom because now we have the sidewalk. I can essentially let them sprawl. Now I may have to put like cardboard if they ever like hit the ground, I'm thinking, because I think that the ground may perhaps like bake up my how you doing, Miss T? How you doing, Nancy? It might bake my plants, but that's the plan. I mean, let me know in the chat if you don't think that's a good plan, because I think it's a great plan. And so yeah, that's what we've been doing, and that's what I've been doing for um, my plant. And then I still have a lot of seeds that I want to put out too. So I feel like as much as I was trying to be prepared, I'm still kind of behind, kind of, just a little bit, just a little bit. So if you could take the poll, and then yeah, you have your zucchini and the green stalk, and it seems to be doing great. Yeah, I'm gonna put so what I'm gonna do is there's gonna be a total of 6 green stalks. In the bottom tier of each green stalk, there's gonna be at least, maybe not all of them, one of the bigger plants at the bottom. I don't think putting it in the middle is a good idea. So, oh, thank you, brother. You fixed it. Thank you. You're the best. So, like I was saying earlier, my mods are the best mods in the land. So I'm going to go in a little bit and drop in the commands for the moderators. But let me just go back and try to get some of these comments read. So everyone's saying good morning. Nancy says you're getting there. Sadly, your hubby bought a bunch of plant starts for me yesterday, but you had to spend money after. It's okay, because sometimes life happens, right? Life happens and you have to go buy. Like, there's nothing to say that you're not a great gardener if you buy starts. Guess what? I'm not going to go to the big box store. I actually found a nursery. It's a not like near me, but it's not like very far. So I'm going to go to a nursery. I may or may not record it. I want to get some flowers. Now, I don't think I need any vegetables. I don't think anything's going to jump out at me. I'm starting to be very disciplined as it relates to buying things from the big box store. There's not, I mean, the only thing that I might get might be some soil amendments, but for the most part, I think I'm pretty set with that too. Um, so yeah, look, sometimes we overplant, we think we're going to succession plant, and life happens, things happens. So um, one of the tips that I'm going to say this morning is come like June, July, depending on when your garden is doing the best. Go outside, take a picture, take a snapshot, right? And before you start planting in February, look at the picture and say whether you did too much or too little and kind of try to figure it out. So that's what I'm going to do this year. Y'all know I watch a lot of content. I watch a lot of regular TV too, but I watch a lot of content. Don't know how I have time to do it. But I'm going to, like I say, I watch what others do, and I'm like, man, if that worked for them, it could possibly work for me. Janet Potter, if you have a Droid, you kind of have to be on a PC and put those links, I think, inside of a browser. So, like, I could click the links on my phone and I could click them on my computer, but sometimes they don't work for Droid users. Not that I don't like Droid, I'm just not a Droid user. Just to put it out there. So, if you overplanted something, drop in the chat what you overplanted, right? So, fun fact, studies show that an average home gardener plants 30 to 40% more than their available space can actually support. It's not a beginner mistake, it's a gardener mistake. So, we all do it. Um, so, that's the other thing. Miss T, you overplanted tomatoes. I can see why you say that. Miss T has a bunch of tomatoes of different varieties. You overplanted broccoli. Okay. Nisi, what zone are you in that you could still plant broccoli and it not go to flower? I'm just curious. Okay. So let me just, I think everybody has seen my garden before, but it doesn't look like a lot is out there, but it is because I put a lot of seeds out. So Asia, you originally planted black beans, but your onions didn't make it, so you have space now. Yeah, I saw your video. That's a lot of black beans. I would be all black beaned out, but I think you're gonna save them. So good for you. You know what I mean? So for me, I overplanted peppers, tomatoes, um, what else? Peppers, tomatoes, and by looking at my windowsill, I might have overseeded the cucumbers. So for those that are just now coming in, I'll show you what I did. Um, I'm not gonna put my seeds out in the garden. We talked about it yesterday, but you can see I'm not putting them in seed trays. I have overseeded. So most of those over there are cucumbers, marigolds, and then I'm trying some African daisies. They're not doing anything. They don't like it here, and that's okay, because if I don't, in that top, this bag right here, if I don't start seeing those seeds come up soon, guess what? I might throw that whole bag away. Okay? But yeah, so the cucumbers I'm gonna put in green stalks as well. I'm gonna put some cucumbers in the raised bed. Now that I have chicken wire on my enclosure, I'm also gonna put like a zucchini or a squash plant inside the enclosure. Right now, I have like we planted carrots. Me and Camille planted carrots yesterday. I have one full side of peppers. You guys will see most of it in tomorrow's video. Um, but yeah, my snapdragons, they did nothing. Well, no, it's my fault. Let me not get mad at those snapdragons. The snapdragons, I seeded too thick in the winter sowing bottles, and when I put them in the garden, they're pretty much just stunted because they're too close together. So, it gets shaded in there sometimes. So I'm hoping they might survive. Who knows? Good morning, galaxies. Good morning, Rhonda Barlow. So we have a good crowd this morning. I'm going to do something because y'all know my live streaming schedule is every Saturday and Sunday. However, life's lifing, and sometimes I can't get around to. There's going to be some weekends where I don't necessarily get to stream. So here we go. I'm going to do some gifting this morning too. Here we go. Do you have cattle panel trellis? I don't. I don't. So who do we have this morning? Roman Cooper, my Renaissance grandmother, Curtis, Jerry Gender. Oh, we got a lot of Bush people that got memberships. Congratulations. I'll have a members only video dropping later today. So congrats, congrats, congrats. Um, but yeah, everybody's still saying good morning. So I don't have a cattle panel trellis yet. As my garden evolves, I'll be doing some things, right? So right now, I think everybody knows I still have my swing set. And for me, because sometimes we do have like play dates and all that other stuff, I don't take the full backyard. And for me to have like the cattle panel trellises, for me, I don't think my space is optimal for it yet. So eventually we're going to do it, but for right now, I'm going to be doing the container gardening around the porch area where we got it paved. I'm going to have my regular in-ground beds, the enclosure, the raised beds, and then I have a spot on the side of the house where we put the rose bush. I don't know if you guys saw the change video, but I have growth space, but not enough for cattle panel yet. I am going to put some more at my grandmother's house. So who saw the video of my grandmother doing her planning? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. So, she has I don't know if it's even cattle panel. I think it's the other type of panel, but she's growing corn and she's going to put cucumbers and she has grapes on hers, right? So I think in another spot of her garden, we were talking yesterday, we're going to put up more cattle panel. So that will work. Okay. So why do we overplant? Listen, it's very simple. Some of us do a lot of things, right? This is why we overplant. We buy all of these seeds and and then people send us seeds. And then as gardeners, I don't know about you, I feel kind of, let me not say obligated. I want to plant it. Like, who doesn't want to plant it? Hey, Patty, I didn't see you come in. Good morning. How are you? So, your Blue Lake green beans are growing wild on it. Hey, I have the Blue Lake bush beans, um, and I'm gonna plant those in the green stalk. And we love grandma. I love grandma too. She's a mess. You hear me? A mess. Wait till you see Thursday. A mess. Um, but yeah, so not only do we buy all these seeds and then we feel like we have to plant everything, a lot of us, like me, I'm going to talk for myself, right? We don't think that all our seeds are going to germinate. So we overplant and then we have extra plants because everything germinates. I think that's what happened to you, Asia. You overseeded and everything came up and you didn't expect it to happen. It happens. It happens. So then the other thing that we do is we go to these nurseries, right? We go to the nursery and we see these beautiful plants. And as a gardener, what do? You have to have it. So you buy it. I am a firm believer of, and everybody knows this in the chat, if I want it, I'm going to get it. I don't care. If I want it, I'm going to get it. So that's why, for the most part, I try to stay out of those big box stores and I try to stay out of those nurseries. And if I go to a nursery, I have developed a trick. And here's my trick. I go right before I have to be somewhere else. So that kind of puts me on a time clock, right? So, for example, if I go to, Lowe's, for example, I'm going to say it. I will go to Lowe's before I have to sign into work. So I'll go really early in the morning. I sign into work around 9 o'clock in the morning. I know that I need to be home before it's time for me to sign into work. So what I do is I go where I can't spend a lot of time in the store, because if I go in there and I look at everything, I'm going to spend all my money. And it's the same with nurseries. So, for example, I'm going to the nursery today, but I'm going to go before I have to go to Trina's house because I know I have to be at Trina's house at a certain time. So it's not possible to spend, it's possible. It's not possible for me to be spending all my money at once. Okay. And in planting seeds equals fun. Very true. I was planting carrot seeds with Camille yesterday, and she kind of had me tickled a little bit because she was like, I'm going to be a vegetarian. I was like, no, sweetie, we eat meat over here. All right. You did that and you couldn't resist. Even at tomatoes, you have six. How many tomatoes? I have more than six. And they're indeterminate. Oh, they're indeterminate. Gotcha. How you doing, Michael? How you doing, Chanel? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Um, So yeah, that's why we do things, right? The other thing is we get amnesia from wintertime, right? The bare soil makes it looks like nothing's there, and we don't really think at the moment how big the plants are gonna get. You brought a neighbor to a local nursery and said, "I will not buy anything," about 50 times. You was very yeah. I'm proud of myself too um, when I go places and I don't buy stuff. Very proud of myself. I have to give myself a little pat on the back from time to time. You just got in from Jersey. I hope your trip was safe. Hope you got what you needed, right? So, and here's another thing that we do. How many of y'all are guilty of this, right? Because I am. We have this succession planning going wrong. So we plant all these things at first, and then like a couple weeks later, we plant more seeds and say it's going to be succession planning. But then guess what? We won't pull out the things where we need to succession plant. So then we just sit here with a whole bunch of plants, right? I'm guilty of that. And then the I will make room later lie. How many of y'all do that? I will make room later. I do that. I'm guilty. I'm going to make some room for this plant later. You know, there's space. I just need this to grow, and then I'm going to make a spot over here for it, right? It's a lie. We telling ourselves lies. It's not true, right? So you gonna make room, Nancy? Look, let me tell y'all what my grandmother did. Um, she had her whole corn and everything, right? She made my cousin, my little cousin slash nephew, go out and hoe up more grass to make more room so that she could plant watermelons back there. That's why she could. So she did make more room. They just said, I'm hoping not to do the succession planning part this year. All right, Asia, look, when it's time for you to pull out your plants to put the other plants, I'm gonna be watching you to see if that's what you do. Because sometimes I kind of giggle when I watch people on these videos, and I'm thinking like, are they really gonna pull out these plants? Because I know for me, if my plants are still booming, it's very hard for me to pull them out. So like last year, for example, I don't know if you guys remember, I had this one zucchini plant. It was beautiful, and it kept making zucchinis, but I needed that space for something else. I didn't pull it out right away, and then I was late planting other stuff. So, good morning, Shelly. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You direct sowed too many seeds, still waiting to see what comes up. Are you going to thin them out? Are you going to thin them out? Let me know. You see that, Asia? Nancy said we will all be watching you. Her videos are so great. Let me give her a little plug. Asia is so gracious. She sat down with me to do a podcast episode. Asia, I'm hoping that you will come back soon. I'm thinking of a different series to do. I will email you about that. But she's really great to talk to. Very much down to earth. It's very relatable. Her and I have a lot in common, I feel. So yeah, that's a plug for Asia's channel. If you're not following Asia, most of us are. Please do go in and drop her a follow. She's great. Okay, and she's with us this morning. So thank you for coming on in and all that other. She has the best greenhouses. She does. When I grow up, I'm gonna get me a greenhouse too. I'm actually waiting for my daughter to no longer want her little house that's in the backyard. And if she doesn't want her house that's in the backyard, that's when I'm going to put a greenhouse there. Gwen, you're not going to thin out. You're going to have a whole bunch of plants over there. And what are you going to do when you have all those plants over there? Um, so, yeah, so those that aren't following Asia, I just dropped it in the chat. Please do go over and drop her a follow, subscribe, and all those other things. So, yeah, right. So let's talk about what to do to combat all the plants. So we were guilty. We talked about what we were guilty of, all those things, right? Triage is the most important skill for an overplanted garden. Now, I know most of us don't like to thin out our plants. Now, me on the other hand, only the strong survive over here. I'm going to snip, okay? Only the strong survive. You don't look like you're going to make it. You got to get up out of here, okay? Absolutely. Oh, you're welcome. I enjoy talking with you too. You planned out all this garden space, but you're traveling for work, and it's getting on your nerves. You'll be in DC and you just want a garden. That's how I feel when I travel. So as much as I love going down south, I miss my garden when I'm not here. So, kudos to my other half. He does water, but my husband will not harvest anything. So if I leave during the summertime when it's harvest time, when I come back, everything is still out there. And I just have to hope that the animals don't eat it. So Chanel says she appreciates you, Asia, for everything you taught her about seedlings. She did it and it works and it's saving money this year. There you go, save some money. Who's coming? Unique is going to DC. You gonna send me pictures, Gwen? Okay. So yeah, Nisi, it's funny that you say that. I too, from time to time, will take a day off of work just to garden. I call those my mental health days. Y'all know I talk about it a lot. I use gardening as therapy, so sometimes when I take mental health days, it is for gardening, right? So that is what we, let's see, boom, 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 boom. Sorry, you guys. But yeah, take mental health days just to garden. It works. Um, and plan out your gardens. Um, yeah. Good for you, Unique. As long as he's trying to help, you have so much space. I'm lightweight jealous of Unique with all the new garden space. And she's making like here's what Unique is doing that I can appreciate, right? She's not taking shortcuts, and a lot of people say you don't have to do everything um, all at once, like with the most expensive things. I don't think Unique is using the most expensive things. However, she's doing everything she wants and how she wants it the first time. So cattle paneling, the weed barrier cloth, um, Unique, are you going to get a greenhouse? It's like, I feel like everything she's doing is very intentional. I could really appreciate that. So, like with me, I started out very small. I started out with the in ground, with the cinder blocks. Um, I started putting containers on the back, but then it was hard for me to move the green stalks. So then we paved it. So now I'm at the point where, yeah, I started out using the egg cartons and toilet tissue rolls and the paper towel rolls and the yogurt containers and the strawberry containers. I started out doing that, but now I've kind of like elevated to using different things, right? So that's what I can appreciate about Unique. She's doing everything the right way. So when she says she's planned out her garden, I believe her. Unique has the same kind of, well, her notebooks are like graph paper. She has the same kind of notes. She take notes and she puts where she's gonna put stuff at. Unique, do you think about companion planning or do you just plant? Because Unique is also a chaos gardener, y'all. Don't let her fool you. She plans, but she also takes a lot of risks. Okay? So, hey, she's been planning. There you go. She's been planning for months. 2 greenhouses, but she doesn't have them together. A cage for rabbits. You're going to have rabbits? Awesome. She's doing all the things, right? So let's go back. I'm going to thin out. A lot of you guys don't want to thin out your plants. I thin out your plants just because it actually helps the plants. So, and that's within reason, right? You don't have to always RIP all the plants, but let me give you a firm example. Remember when I was up potting the tomato plants? I didn't keep 2 tomato plants in the same pot, maybe for one. But when you thin them out, it makes the other plant that is left, the survivor, stronger because it doesn't have to fight for nutrients. So, as much as people don't like to thin out plants, it hurts their feelings, it hurts their soul. You got to thin out these plants, you guys. Okay? Now, Some people may not thin out their plants because some things like to grow together. That's absolutely fine. But not all plants can grow in big bushes. Look what happened to my snapdragons. They're competing and now they are not growing. It's my fault, but I'm not going to go out there and thin them out because I don't want to. They're so small, and if I start thinning them out, I'm just going to kill them all. So I'm just going to leave it how it is. It happened. I know what not to do next time. Walk around your beds with fresh eyes, and ask yourself honestly, what's overcrowding, right? Think about it. What's overcrowding your plants? Um, Overcrowded plants compete for water, light, air, nutrients, and then all of them lose. So that's just something to think about, right? So keep the strongest, best position with each cluster. We just said that. Look for the biggest stem, look for the deepest green in color, and the most upright posture. When in doubt, keep the one that has the best root zone. So that's what you need to think about. Move plants around. So some plants they don't mind their roots being disturbed. So move the extras that are healthy, right? It gives it a better chance to survive. Um, oh, thank you for the sparkles. I like that. That was a nice sparkle. Hey Tag, how are you? And then remove any weak, leggy, pale, disease showing plants. So also anything you planted on impulse that you are not going to use, compost it. I said it, compost it. If you were planting something and it doesn't look great and you planted it on impulse and it's not going to survive, compost it. Nothing wrong with it. It's not a sin. Just do it, right? Um, and then thinning also is removing plants so that you could free up space for the neighbor. Transplant stuff to empty spaces. We know that. Um, and And for those that don't do this, the best time to transplant is early morning or evening on a cloudy day. Avoid transplanting stuff midday in the sun. It's not right. It's gonna beat up your plants, and then you're gonna have to apologize and baby it. And we don't feel like babying stuff. I don't know about anybody else. No babying here, okay? So everybody's saying hello. Perfect. Just making sure I'm not missing any messages. So that's what we gotta do. But let me see how many of y'all are guilty like me. Let me go back to the poll, in the poll real quick. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Look at that. We got a super chat, right? Let me turn this on. Look at that. We're hitting goals today. Hitting goals today. Let me end this poll really quick. Did I end the poll? I did. Perfect. Thank you. You're not apologizing to your plants. Sometimes I say sorry, okay? Unique, your green stalks look amazing. Her green stalks do look amazing. If you're on the computer, right? We're going to show my members some love. Unique is a member of the channel. If you are on the computer, can you drop Unique's channel in the chat? If not, I will find it after scrolling. Um, and yeah, Unique's Garden. If you guys haven't seen Unique's Garden, go over there, drop her a subscription over there. Check out what she's doing. Unique, like I said, she is doing all the things and she comes in and she takes a lot of risk. It's very admirable. Unique takes more risk. I got it. I got it, Shelly. Unique takes more risk than I think I've seen anybody ever do with a green stalk. I've never seen, like, when she posts in the Discord, I'm shocked most of the time because I've never seen anything like that in my life. But yeah, compost it. Okay, tag's dropping down to the bushes. I appreciate you for being here though. But yeah, so like, think about it. She takes a lot of risks. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with composting plants that you know you're not going to use. Your garden will love you in the end anyway, right? Now, some plants hate being moved. Carrots, parsnips, beets, turnips, direct sown beans, and peas do not like being transplanted if they're direct sown. So the tap roots are fragile, and then so just and remember I said yesterday you can thin them out and eat them and eat the tops of them. So a lot of people eat them. There you go. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Habitual. Good morning. Good morning, Rose. Grand Rising. So yeah, but let's cheat a little bit, right? Let's talk about spacing. So, and here are some of the most common offenders. I'm an offender of this. I'm guilty because I feel like I'm not going to follow the directions on the back of these packets. I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to pretend. But I'm not telling you that you shouldn't do it. I'm just telling you I'm not going to do it. Right? So, tomatoes, indeterminate, right? Hello from Jamaica. Well, hello back from Jamaica. Good morning. Is anyone growing comfrey? Chanel is growing comfrey, I think. Right. Habitual. I'm not gonna tell you guys a lie. I'm not gonna follow the stuff on the back of those seed packets. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna look at it for the information to see what it tells me. I am. I really am. Yes, it's me. Good morning. So I have this out, and I was thinking about it. So y'all know I can't grow beets. Not that I can't. I have a hard time growing beets. Four Seasons. Good morning. I have a hard time. So, Shelly, my channel member, Shelly, you can drop your channel in the chat. The bot works now. Um, check it out. I'm going to plant these. I don't know if I like them. Beets, okay? Beets. And I'm going to be successful this year. I'm going to put it out in the atmosphere. And we're going to plant these. But I'm not following the directions on the back on where to plant them. First of all, I'm not going to plant that many of them. I'm going to cut this little seed tape and I'm going to put it somewhere in the garden and I'm going to try to remember that the beets are there because I'm going to put a label. And I'm going to just water them and see what happens. Now, if I want to put another plant there, these beets got to go. Only because I don't know if I like them, but I want to plant them because I just want to say that I grew beets. Grow the beets anime. I'm going to try my best. Oh, congratulations, Nisi. I'm kind of jealous. It's plantain, banana, mango, soursop, meringue, callaloo seeds under the guinea wheat, and oranges. Oh, you got a lot going on over there in Jamaica. You grow beets in your green stalks. I put a beet seed in my green stalk, and it did nothing at all. Nothing. The beets don't like me. I think that there's some type of conspiracy. And they just like for me to tell y'all that I'm not successful, but this is my year. You planted some yesterday. What grows big? These grow big? These beets here? They better not. I hope this is not what you're talking about. Oh, you see that, Shelly? Nancy says comfrey likes poor soil. Don't fertilize it. You're the same. There's a conspiracy. Beets don't like me. Um, it is what it is, right? So for tomatoes, here's the cheat sheet. I'm not gonna follow all of this stuff, but I'm gonna tell you what it says, right? Because y'all know I do research before I do these live streams where I'm talking a lot, right? Tomatoes, indeterminate, 24 to 36 inches apart. Some people plant them at 8 inches. This is the number one spacing mistake in home gardens. I'm not going to plant them 24 to 36 inches apart. I'm not going to do it. Rose, you said beet juice is good. I don't like beet juice. So I'm going to tell you why I want to grow the beets and how I'm going to cook them. I'm going to roast them in the oven. And I want to, these are Detroit red beets, but I want to grow the golden beets because I saw someone roast them and they look like they taste good. I don't know if they taste good, but they look like it. Do as she say, not as she does. That's right. That's my art. So I'm going to tell you. All right, here's another mistake, right? Tomatoes, determinant, the bush kind, 18 to 24 inches apart, much more than people give them. Listen, I'm not going to do that either because my garden is small. And I know that I could grow tomatoes a little bit closer because I prune my tomatoes a lot, okay? Yeah, I don't have that much space, so I'm going to plant them a little bit closer. Regular size, I guess. You don't like beets, but your boyfriend does, okay? A cold beet salad with onions is good. So, Nancy, I was with you till you said onions. I don't eat onions. I'm not going to do it. I heard, who was it? Odom's Homestead called them devil balls. That's what he calls onions. When he said that, I almost lost it. Devil balls. I don't eat onions either. All right. Zucchini and summer squash. One plant per 3 to 4 square feet. I'm not going to do that either. But I'm telling y'all so you know what it says, right? One plant per 3 to 4 square foot, often one per hill. Planting 2 or 3 together is how you end up buried in zucchini by July. Yeah, not gonna do it. Basil, 10 to 12 inches apart. I don't know anybody in this chat that plants their basil 10 to 12 inches apart. It does get bushy. I'm not gonna do it. Peppers, 18 inches apart. I'm very close with planting the peppers about 18 inches apart. Because if you remember last year in my enclosure, I did not follow that rule, and I was all down in there getting lost in the peppers, and then there were spiders, and then there were other things, and getting in my hair. I was ready to run. So I did space out my peppers a little bit better this year. I'm proud of myself. Is it good enough? I don't know yet. We gonna see. Okay? We gonna see. Just like a little teaser for tomorrow, you'll see how spaced out they are in the May update. Okay? Zucchini is gross tasting unless you make a zucchini loaf. Um, it's everybody's taste buds. Just like I don't like onions. I'm with Odom there. They are devil balls. Don't put no onions in. I will cook with onions, but I'm don't like, even when you cut them up tiny, I know it's there. So yeah, no. You're not going to take a tape measure when planting. Me neither. Me neither. But so when I was working in my raised bed, I did not like the square foot thing. However, when I was planting my carrots yesterday, I liked it because um 16 carrots per square foot. I'm gonna follow that. When I was doing my beans, I liked it. Now you're gonna notice I messed up on the video. I was going too fast, so now I got to go back and replant my bed, but that's fine. But I do like the square foot tool only for certain things. I don't like it for tomatoes. I don't like it for peppers. I don't think I'm gonna like it for cucumbers or any of that stuff. But like the smaller things, I like it. It is hilarious. If we plant beets now, if we can plant beets now, why didn't anyone tell me? No, they're not all fall veggies. They're spring too. You got to put them in a place that I think gets a little bit of cover though. So yeah, they love cold. They love cold weather, but you can also plant them now. And the weather that we have, Chanel, they'll come up before they do anything. And I know you have a lot of beet seeds because I think I might have sent you some. Um, you want to say carrots and beets were your first direct sown seeds? I've been planting beets every single year. Not one came up. I get beet leaves. You like onions because there's several layers. It reminds me of a little person inside. Okay, yeah. I'm so a lot of people ask me. I actually had somebody send me some onion seeds, and now I got to send them out to one of y'all because I don't eat onions and I don't want the seeds to go to waste. Oh, you harvested over 300 cherry tomatoes, but the plants now because the leaf-footed bug. I don't think I ever had that in my garden, knock on wood. I'm glad that I don't get it. And then you guys keep talking about this squash vine board, knock on wood. I don't get a lot of that either. Thank God. But I'm gonna, if I have time at the end of stream, take you guys out and plant um, my zucchini. I'm gonna just drop 2 zucchini seeds in the same hole. I'm gonna thin it out. I decided. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. So lettuce, I'm not growing lettuce outside, but the head varieties, 8 to 12 inches apart. Loose leaf can be closer. Um, we'll see. The leaf-footed bug is I believe you. Cucumbers on a trellis, 12 inches apart, sprawling on the ground, 3 feet apart. I'm not doing that either. I don't know where these, and so the thing is, with these kind of like spacing things, I looked it up on several websites and they're all saying the same thing. So somebody must have tested it, But like they must have a really big garden to be able to space it out like that. Now, if you have a really big garden, and if I had a really big garden, I might would try this. You let the squash and bean leaves create shade for your beets when they're grown in the summer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need a little bit of shade. I'm gonna have to look up this leaf-footed bug, cause like what does it look like? Cece was talking about it on her podcast. Give me a minute, y'all. I need to just look up what a leaf-footed bug looks like. I'm wondering if I had one and didn't know what it was. Leaf-footed. Sorry, cause now I'm curious. See if I can show everybody on. Oh, maybe I did have one, and I just didn't know what it was. Look at that. Can you see it? Is that what you guys are talking about? I think I seen some of those in my garden. Happy Sunday, MKP. Good morning, Hash. I think I saw one yesterday, as a matter of fact. But I don't have any. Should be interesting this year to see the tomatoes competing for the light, water, airflow. No, they're spaced out, but they're just not as spaced out as what this paper says. I'm not going to do it. The babies are red. I thought it was a stink bug too, Rose. So clearly I don't know what's out in my garden. I'm going to have to look. Yeah, I'm going to have to look. Um, look, I don't know. All right. Okay. So here's the other thing, right? Before thinning out your seedlings, water the bed thoroughly. Moist soil holds together better and makes it much easier to snip and remove plants without disturbing its neighbor's roots. Oh man, Bobby, that's good and bad. How in the world don't I probably do have them and just didn't know. Google the nymph to see the babies. Okay. Oh no, I never see those. You just took one out, so here are the images of what the nymphs look like. I never seen these in my garden before. So yeah, I can't say that I've seen those before. Hey Miss Cheryl, how are you? How are you? How are you? Um, so yeah, I think I did this already. But we're gonna do another poll real quick. Y'all know I love my polls. Um, no, I'm not gonna do that poll. I'm not gonna do that one. All right. So, what are we gonna do with all the extra plants, right? We're not gonna compost all of them. I know I said throw them in the compost, but I'm not gonna do it. J3 says, eat the onions. They're good for you. You sound like my grandmother. No, thank you. So I'm old enough now where I could say no. Those things get on your succulents, so you have to pick them off by hand. And I don't know, y'all got me kind of itchy. I don't know about picking bugs off by hand either. Well, maybe if I had gloves on. I don't really. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right. So if you plant too many plants, right, and you want to know what to do with them, let's not compost everything. Option one is to pot them up. Good morning, Des. How are you? Um, Look at Mr. Nichols in the chat. Where is Mrs. Nichols? I need the whole dime here today. So container garden is the fastest way to absorb all the overflow of plants, right? So pot them up. Get some extra pots, make some space, put them in extra pots. You can have the extra plants, right? The best candidates for potting up are tomatoes, peppers, herbs, all kinds of lettuce, kale, chard, strawberries, bush beans, and nearly every annual flower. So find a place to put them. If you're a container gardener, buy some more containers, have at it, right? Use in pots, use potting mix, not garden soil. Even if you accidentally touch a bug, you're screaming. I'm not screaming, but I'm not the one who says that. I think I got that from J3. You get both nickels in there, you get a dime. I'm gonna give J3 credit for that. I think I got that from J3. So yeah, option 2. You can kind of do like I did, right? Expand your space if you have too many plants, right? So expand your space, right? I'm expanding my space by getting more green stalks. Now you guys know that I don't like the green stalks that are over 3 tiers. I am vertically challenged and I don't want to be doing like this to get to my plants. So I stick with the 3 tier and I'm good with it. So that's 18 spaces additional that I have. Got 2 coming today, 36 spaces. Got a lot of plants out there, some of them going in there. Half says she's not screaming, but she's definitely going to go wash her hands. Got that right, brother. Listen, I don't play around with bugs like that. Y'all don't remember when I had the bugs in that green stalk and the whole green stalk had to go outside in the middle of the wintertime? I do not care. Don't care at all. Don't care. I'm not going to do it. I don't play around with bugs like that. I got me a little zapper that Nikki suggested from OCD-ish chick. Me and the bugs, we don't get along here. Now I do like when I'm in the garden and I see worms and stuff. I'm like, ooh, a worm. I'm not really gonna play with it. I'll toss some soil back on it and be like, hey, go back to bed. I'm a gardener. I don't like things crawling on me. I don't like bugs in general. I don't like bad bugs. Gee mama, welcome in. I don't like it. So sue me. But I am a gardener and I'm a pretty good gardener at that. So don't all of you out there growing stuff, don't let nobody tell you you're a bad gardener. You're a great gardener. We just make mistakes from time to time and all of us have the things that we like and don't like. I don't like bugs. I don't know anyone who legitly like bugs. I barely know anyone that likes the squirrels and stuff. You know, the only person that I know that likes those squirrels that come into our garden is Mike's Chaotic Garden. Mike, he likes some squirrels. I don't. Me and the squirrels, we don't get along. Now, another thing we could do for these plants that we have is give them away. I do a lot of giving away. Y'all know it. I know it. I give them away. I was just talking to someone yesterday and she was like, you're way too nice. My brother says it all the time. You're way too nice. Well, I have to be nice because if I'm not nice and I don't give those plants away, guess what? They're going to die because I can't plant them all. So I have to give them away. So my niceness is a benefit for other people. My overplanting is a benefit for other people because they get plants. Um, Even I was supposed to, I think, meet up with Nancy and hey, I don't like squirrels either. They're the biggest thieves in your garden. Yeah, I like the squirrels as long as they have some brown. Oh, J3, you eat squirrels? That's kind of disgusting. I said it. Yeah, I love to share the wealth, right? You have black widow spiders here. You have to be careful when picking up stuff in the back. Yeah, be very careful. You know who else has black widow spiders? Green Love. She has them and she got to be real careful. Squirrels are supper for some people. Not squirrels are never supper at this house right here. Now, I have an uncle that eats squirrels and yeah, no thank you. Squirrel tastes good. You're a country boy. No thank you. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. Now, Des has a lot of things that come over in his garden, like I think his neighbor's chickens, and I told him when the neighbors come knocking, invite them over to have some fried chicken. That's what you could do. You feed all the animals just in case. Unique says she feeds all the animals around her just in case. She needs them fat for the future. Roadkill, stew. Ew, I'm the same way. They have chickens, rabbits, goats, you name it. Look, they would come over looking for their animals, and I would invite them to dinner. because their animals don't have any business in your garden. Squirrels or chickens off the street. No, no. All right. So, like I said, give the extra plants away. Um, you could tell them don't go to the big box store. A lot of people could put them on Facebook Marketplace, bundle the extras. So, let me tell you a thought that I have, right? A thought that I have is I noticed that when I got on the elevator for work, I took Gwen some black creme tomato plants, right? And when I was on the elevator, there were two ladies. They was like, "Oh my God, that tomato plant looks so nice, blah 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 blah." Right? I decided that in like the little pantry area where the coffee and stuff is, there's like a little table. I'm going to put a sign and label the plants. It's going to say "Take me," and I want to see if anybody will take the plants at work. I guess I'm going to be the garden plant lady and see if anybody says anything. I think that's a great way to get rid of some of these plants. After I fully planted out my garden, I think that's a great way to get rid of some plants because a lot of people don't realize your coworkers have plants, and so a great way to do it is to give them away. They're gonna take them. So I'm gonna label them. I'm gonna put a sign, "Take me." Of course, I'm gonna label them so they know what they're taking, and I'm just gonna take them to work. I'm gonna put them in a little box and just say, "Take me," and see what's left. If there's some left, then I'll have to bring them home or do something with them. But I'm pretty sure I can get people to take them. Hey, good morning, Chasm. Have a great day at work. Okay. Another thing that people don't think about what you could do with too many plants, right? Donate them to a food bank or community program. So I'm actually looking into that as well. Many food banks have programs. There are a lot of community gardens around that you could donate stuff to. Schools have gardens. I know one of the dance moms, her school has a garden. They have like a greenhouse. So worst case scenario, I'm going to ask her if they need any more plants. Churches, senior centers, community organizations maintain small gardens. So that's a great way to get rid of some plants. Oh, look at the tulips. I like those little things y'all put in the chat, the little tulips. So yeah, they're definitely gonna find some new homes. So thank you, Chanel, for the tulip gift. I like those little things. They're cute when they pop up on the screen. You was planning on donating to your local community garden till all your starts died. Wow. Well, hopefully, also, right? Another thing that I'm going to do is sometimes, when your plants start producing and you have an overabundance, um, you could donate stuff or just have baskets of like tomatoes. So, like one year, my boss, her tomato plants did a whole lot. So she just bought a basket of like little cherry tomatoes and we just had snacks in the office that day. Oh, and sell them to make some money for your garden coins. That's right. You could do that too. So that's where the Facebook Marketplace comes in handy, right? I could take a picture of my plants, say what they are, put them on Facebook Marketplace. Of course, I'm going to make my husband go with me, meet in a neutral location, and sell some of these plants. A lot of people would rather buy plants where people started them from seed. Um, and from like local gardeners rather than going to a lot of these big box stores. A lot of people will do that. Yes, it's me says she tries to give family members plants, trying to force them to grow. Only two took the bait so far. So let me tell you what I did. I had the extra hibiscus plants. I have one for a friend. I planted some here. I have more, but I flew a hibiscus plant in my luggage down south to my grandmother, and she loves it. So she told me yesterday where she's going to plant it, and we're going to see if she can have the Jamaican sorrel hibiscus grow in her yard. Now, she's going to be amazed because she's never had it before. But yeah. So let me just know what you guys do. I am going to do this poll. Um, So I just want to know, for the majority, what are we doing with them? Let's see. Um, and then I just want to know what everyone else is doing. All right, so take the poll because I kind of want to gauge in the chat what everybody else does for the most part. If you're new coming in or you're just coming in, make sure you don't forget to hit the like button. So yeah, let me know what you do, right? Take the poll. Let's vote. While you guys are taking the poll, I'm going to do this. Did I miss anybody? I did. All right, so everybody's taking the poll. I dropped my map, my mods chats inside of the, did I spell foraging wrong? No, I didn't. Okay. Make sure you go over and drop some follows and likes and everything on their content. I like to do that favor for my moderators because they're really great people and they hold me down on my streams. Oh, did I forget someone? I know. So yeah. So make sure you go in, take the poll. Let's see. See the number still climbing on the poll. So I think for the most part, we're all doing the same thing, right? We're all doing the same thing for the most part, y'all. My husband is making bacon and it smells so good. Okay. All right. Okay. So container overflow and small space solutions. Let's talk about it, right? Container overflow, small solutions. For gardeners without room to expand in ground, containers are like your escape to expanding, right? A patio, a balcony, porch steps, even a sunny driveway can become a productive growing space. So hopefully my Wi-Fi doesn't drop off and I'll show you kind of what I'm doing, right? And this is why I got to it. So you guys know that I don't want to um, dig in the garden or dig more space right now. That's for the future. Let me just kind of turn you around a little bit, right? So this is why I say now these plants won't be here once summer starts. All of them have to go somewhere at some point in time. Every single plant here, whether it's in the garden or somewhere else. But I could put plants here if I wanted to. I just don't. I like for this space to be left for the grill, and that is what I do there, right? So you'll notice that I've realized that we have plenty of step space. So here's one of the things, right? One of the things that you do is you'll notice that I moved my potato bags. That bottom one did nothing. So I'm going to put a tomato in it. But use your step space to put your plants, right? So let's check it out, right? Let's check this out right here. See what I'm doing? I'm putting various containers all around on the walk space area. It's level. I can move the green stalks around. There'll be two more, right? What time is the cookout? I don't know yet. But yeah, I have all these containers that I'm gonna put plants in, right? So gonna put plants there. If I can figure out how to get the squirrels and birds to not dig, yeah. So then I'll have all of this space here, right? And then you see what I'm doing? I'm slowly gonna make my way all the way down here and I'm gonna put containers all around the side, right? So here we go here. Then I found a little planter, right? This is like a little person sitting there and I have a little pot there. I'm gonna put a flower in that pot, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna put flowers all down there, and if you see all the way at the end, I do have something where I could put stuff, right? But this isn't all the space that I have, right? This isn't all the space that I have. I'm actually going to be, if I can make it over there without the phone cutting out, because you know we switched the internet over here, don't like it. So I actually thought about using the space around where my daughter's little playhouse is that we had to do it. What kind of bug is that? Look at this. What is that? I don't know what it was, but It gotta go. I probably shouldn't have did that, but yeah, so I'm gonna use some of this space to plant as well. Now, when this disappears, her little house, when she no longer wants that little house right there, that's where my greenhouse is gonna go because it's already leveled. We leveled the ground before we built it. And then you'll notice on this side, you see where I have the containers? We are now putting containers on this side. So you see I'm still working on it, still a work in progress, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You know, any of the extra little coins that we get from YouTube and everything, I just started buying stuff for the garden. So yeah, this is how we're planning this year. And of course, you know, I still have my enclosure here. You know, I have the raised bed here. Um, and I still have the in-ground behind the trampoline. And check it out, see what we did or what we saw. I don't know if you could see the hooks on the top. We're going to put some hanging plants up there. So that's why I said utilize what you have, so that way if you can't expand, there you go. The wine barrel's looking good. I actually was thinking I should have got more. Um, I should have got more of them when they were on sale, buy one get one. So yeah, let me come back and read the chat. So the purple, I think I saw a comment about the color of the green stalks. I'm waiting for the blackberry to come back. When it comes back, I'm gonna get some more. That's my daughter's favorite color. I like it. It was one of my wedding colors. My favorite color is actually blue, but they don't have my favorite color of blue in green stalk yet. I'm gonna put it in the atmosphere. One day they're gonna get like a royal blue looking color, and I'm gonna buy it. Okay? So yeah. Um, I'm going to get various planters, and eventually I'm going to upgrade my containers to better aesthetically pleasing containers, because y'all know that I like for things to look in place and good. But for now, I'm going to use the containers that I have, right? So as I save up my little coins and as YouTube sends me my little stuff, I'm going to start getting better containers, and I'm going to try to strategically place them all around the house, whether they have flowers or herbs. I think I'm going to do herbs around the side where I showed you where I don't have containers yet. Most of that space is going to be herbs. Let's see. Let me go back in the chat. Actually, I don't have to scroll here. I can scroll here. Um, let's see. You can smell the bacon. Very nice setup. Thank you. Nice green stalk setup. Thank you. Um, thank you, Asia. She's gonna have to move the country or rent square footage. No, I'm not gonna have to do that. Okay. Yeah, the concretes do get pretty hot, so I have to figure that out. Google the bug picture. Okay. Let's see. Would you like wood planters like barnwood, maybe a stack? I probably could do that. Um, but Chanel, you actually bring up a valid point that I hadn't thought about until like yesterday. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the planters that are on the ground, because what do you do? Oh, thank you, MKP. What do you do when the ground gets too hot? So what I thought about was, you know, the little plants that the pan things that you put under the planters. I thought about getting a bunch of those. Um, so even when I water, the water will at least stay in the bottom. Um, but yeah, I thought about doing that. So that's what I'm gonna do with containers. And the reason why I was talking about containers and I wanted to show you guys my container space is um, having containers is a great way to get rid of your overflow. So if you're planting stuff in the ground and you're running out of place in your garden beds, start with your containers. Always use potting mix, not garden soil. Garden soil compacts in containers and creates drainage issues. So don't take this soil out of your garden. Go get you some potting soil. Loaming potting soil. I'm not going to tell you what brands to buy, because buying soil season over season can get expensive. Honestly, when you buy your soil the first time, it's good for that season. You need to amend your soil after that. And I'm also going to say, with amending your soil, you also need to make sure you are amending it based off of what you're going to plant in that container. So you don't want to plant, like, for example, beans with something with soil that's amended with full of nitrogen. You don't want to do that. Also, nitrogen can bring out aphids. So bone meal, worm castings, all those things you make sure you put in your containers when you're doing your soil. Um, let's see. Love the color scheme of your green stalks. You're too chaotic to match. Um, I try to be intentional when I do that stuff. Small plant stands is what I use to for grow bags to sit on the concrete. Okay, plant stands. Huh. You know, y'all just gave me something else that I need to. You heard that, Shelly? We need to look for some plant stands and some crates or something. That's what we got to do. But yeah, you bought wheel bases so that the lip catches water. Okay. Good morning, Grumpy Bulldog. Good morning. Welcome back in. Welcome back in. If you're new to the stream and new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. I don't bite. We like it here, right? You got your stand from Amazon? Gotcha. Or I could put them on wheels. Some of them don't need to be on wheels, I don't think. Um, we'll see. Some of them don't need to be on wheels, but we shall see, right? But let's see. I wrote that. But yeah. Drainage holes are necessary, like I said before. Old pallets on cinder blocks or cinder blocks work. If you're not worried about how it looks. I thought about getting some pallets, and I think you can get pallets free from like the big box stores when they're done with them. So I thought about pallets, but even if I get pallets, I would just paint them, so that I don't just have a whole bunch of pallets laying around. But the only thing with pallets is I would need to like saw them down because I still want to be able to move my green stalks around. So like I really kind of have to strategically think about it. Also, containers grow. So this is the other thing. Containers can dry out a whole lot faster than your garden. So you have to water more often. I also have to we're getting another rain barrel for the back now that it's, you know, paved. So there'll be two. Yeah, so Sylvia, you're right. We're just gonna paint the cinder blocks and, well, maybe not the cinder blocks, but definitely the pallets. We're gonna paint them. If I get pallets, I'm gonna paint them. But yeah, you have to fertilize more often in um, containers, but you got to be disciplined and know exactly what you're doing and have some type of schedule or way of doing it. Or some people just listen to their plants. I'm not very good at listening to my plants. I'm big enough to say that I don't know when my plants start being funny. I don't know off the top of my head what to do for the plants first. So like for me, when plants are yellow, my first thing is either it's overwatered or under fertilized. That's what I think about first. But sometimes I don't think about all the other stuff. Good morning, Miss JK. Small furniture dolly and a can of spray paint with color of your choice. Cheaper option for placing moving larger containers. Okay. Good morning, Cece. Good morning, good morning, good morning. But yeah, so and then believe it or not, the color of your containers matter more than people think, right? Dark colored pots absorb heat and can cook the roots in hot summer climates. So I know I did not know that, but the color of your pots matter. Light colored like white or double wall containers keep your plants cooler. So I didn't know that before. I'm just learning that like I think like last week or so. So I also have to think about that when I'm buying containers too. So yeah, that's what you have to think about, right? Um, and then sometimes with containers, you can maximize what you grow in one pot. So let's do it like this, like a tall, bold focal plant, like a tall tomato or a tall pepper, then put a basil in there, and then trellis a cucumber around it, depending on the size of the pot, right? So you can do a lot of stuff. So for fillers, you can do like mid-height bushy plants that will fill the container. Like you can do a whole bunch of herbs like parsley, cilantro, or bush basil, and then compact marigolds, lettuce, or kale. So you can do that type of thing. Um, Spiller plants, like trailing plants that cascade over the rim, like nasturtiums, creeping thyme, strawberries, sweet potato vines, those type of things. Or mixing vegetables with flowers. We know that marigolds deter aphids and nematodes. Nasturtiums lure aphids away from your food. So I do have some nasturtiums that I'm going to put in there. Those are like it's like a trap crop, right? And as you saw, we're going to be growing vertically. So let's do that. The green stalks are a cheat code. All right, let me end this poll really quick. End the poll to see. I think we're all doing the same thing. So most of us are giving away the extra plants. Um, a lot of us are cramming them in. Um, some people plant perfectly, and a lot of people just toss them in compost, right? So, yeah, I mean, simple things to do. Growing vertical, right? So, I'm learning to grow vertical. I am not perfect at it. Um, I don't know who is. So, I'm just going to be crampscaping. What's that? Where you just toss everything in and cram it in? Marigolds also attract spider mites. I don't really have that issue. Hopefully I don't. Um, but I am mixing in other plants with the marigolds this year. So like I said, this is my year of trying to be intentional about the types of flowers, whether it's just for beauty, but I'm trying to be intentional about planting more flowers this year. So that is the thing with the flowers, right? A lot of people have the self-watering containers in the wicker pots. Those are great. It'll help you with the watering, that type of thing. Group containers together rather than spreading them across space. So, but yeah, all right. So that's what we're doing. All right, here we go. So, um, let's talk about how not to do it again next year. So we're going to talk about how not to do it, how not to overplant, but we're going to have some reminders along the way. We're going to have to keep each other honest and really think about what we're doing, right? So I know that it seems crazy to think about this or say this, but the best time to think about your garden for next year is now, right? So if you're thinking about what's in your garden now, what type of space you have, that's how you need to think about your garden for next year. So think about it now. With all the chaos and everything that you have, look at it now, write yourself a note, what you're going to do for next year, right? I know I do this. Map it out, make yourself a map, pin it to a whiteboard or whatever you want to do. Um, think about what you need for your garden, catch the sales, um, do those type of things. The birds are out here like crazy today. So I found out this morning, a little sidetracked. I found out this morning that my neighbor diagonally from me goes out and feeds these birds every single morning. And that is also a ground for the squirrels to go eat. And they all go over there for breakfast in the morning. I don't like it. Yeah, Gina versus Gina does have a great 5-year planner. Your French marigolds don't seem to attract anything. I mean, my marigolds didn't attract anything either. So, um, I don't know. Could it be answer this for me? So they attract spider mites. Is it because of the type of plants that they had around them as well? You're gonna try orange tree. You don't think it'll work, but you're gonna try it. Nothing beats a failure but a try. I've had spider mites before. I've had them near a pepper plant, and I sprayed the mess out of them. Good morning, Nichols. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Right? Also, do the seed starting math, right? Before you start a single seed, count your available pots or space. Let's do the math. I'm gonna better be able to do the math next year. Like, I, yeah, I'm gonna do the math next year because I know how many pots I'm gonna have. Um, but yeah, something ate up your marigolds. What was it? How are you tired already? It's like nine, close to 9:30. How long have you been out in the garden, Kizzy? Oh, for spider mites, run a kite string with drips of honey to make them stick. Huh, that's interesting. Good morning, Roshita. You've been outside since 6 o'clock? Kudos to you. Shelly said, don't do the math. Just plant to your heart's desire. And you could do that. It's all good. People use them away from their garden to pull spider mites away. I never heard of the honey, I'm going to call it the honey kite string. I never heard of that before. Birds also eat bugs, so having them around, um, yeah, that might be why, Mr. Sweet Time. That might be why I don't have a lot of bug pressure because these birds, they out here thick, thick. Um, Flowers and vegetables. Well, congratulations. Have you had a harvest yet? Have you had a harvest yet? Um, yeah. Here's the other thing, right? Here's how you prevent it next year. And I did this and it worked. Be disciplined and write yourself a list when you go to the store. That way you only hit the things on the list. I don't know how many people can do it. I know it's possible because I did it. When I went to get the pots for the hibiscus, I wrote a list of things I needed, and I got what was on the list, and that's it. So I think I did pretty good. I mean, I've been patting myself on the back all day, all morning. All right. So do that. Also, when you're doing the math, also realize you might want to stagger some of your plants, right? So you harvested onions, lettuce, herbs, and garlic. Well, congratulations. Um, I think it's going to be time for me to harvest my garlic pretty soon. You had a list when you went on Temu. Did you stick to your list, Unique? Did you stick to your list? Also, also what you could do is take a picture of your garden, and as you go in, look at what you need in your garden so that um, you only buy what you need to fill your space. Do I know when to harvest garlic? So I do and I don't. I usually harvest my garlic when the bottom, I think 3 or 4 leaves die back. I pull it up to see what it is. So that's what I normally do. Um, because I learned that if I let the whole garlic plant die back, then my garlic pretty much is like kind of like rotten under the ground. Not rotten, but it doesn't look right. So I usually wait until about um, 3 or 4 of the bottom leaf parts um, die back. When do you harvest your garlic? Or oh, you were asking me how do I know? But that's how I do it. If anybody has any other um, advice as to when to harvest the garlic, drop it in the chat so that we can all share here. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. You do the same. Okay. So that's what I do. And I don't know why, I don't know if someone told me or if I just learned it on my own through brute force, but that's how I know when to harvest my garlic. Let's see, let's try this again. Boom. All right. So yeah, that's how I know when to harvest my garlic. Um, the other thing is seed storage, right? So listen, I'm probably not going to do this. However, here's where you see how hard it is for me to say this? A way to not overplan is to stop buying seeds and use the ones that you have. That was hard. I'm not going to stop buying seeds, but I am going to try to use the seeds that I have, right? Uh, okay, no problem, Tasha. I think that's your name. Have a great service. I'll see you around. I hope to see you. I've been looking to see if you've been posting videos. So yeah, don't laugh, Shelly. Listen, that's a way to not overplant, right? If you don't, if you don't keep buying seeds every year, it's easy to not overplant. If I feel like you can never have enough seeds. I don't know why I said it, but for those for those that want to control over planting and all this other stuff, plant the seeds that you have before you buy more. So plant out your corn seeds before you buy more corn seeds. It is blasphemy. I don't know why I'm saying it, but like, try it. I'm not going to try it. But if you want to, do it. I don't want to. I don't want to. So yeah, that's what we could do to prevent ourselves from overplanning, right? So yeah, all in all, la 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 la, like not listening, right? We could do it, right? So there are things that I need to, yeah, harvest and pray first, right? Pray before you eat your harvest. That's what you found too. You have a few leaves die back, others have to harvest a few escapes. Um, Look at that. Now we got a dime in the chat, nickels and nickels. All right. So here's the thing, right? Let me do this. Let me just ask y'all this. Of everything that we talked about, how many of y'all think that you're gonna stop over planning after hearing some of the tips and tricks and fun facts about uh, planning, right? How many? You plant soft neck for your. I think I planted soft neck too. I don't think I have any hard neck garlic out there. Never stop over planning. Oh, Shelly, never. Okay, man, these birds are loud. But yeah, so never stop over planning. That's what she said. Um, Store your left. So here's the thing about buying seeds, right? I'm going to try. I said try. I'm gonna try to get seeds from the plants that I have, right? Who's forcing me to say these things? It is blasphemous, right? So I'm going to try to save some seeds from some of the plants that I have. I am going to try to do that. I was successful with doing that for marigolds last year. I'm going to try to control myself when going to the store. I'm actually pretty good at controlling myself to when I go to the store lately. Knock on wood. Now, I have to go to the nursery today. For one of my green stalks, I want to put flowers in it. I'm trying to figure out what flowers will look best and what color scheme that I want. So I know that I'm going to put some yellow in it. I have the yellow, canary yellow. I don't remember the name of the zinnias. I'm not sure that I should put zinnias in there, but can't hurt, right? So put some zinnias in the green stalk, the yellow ones. I was thinking about yellow, pink, and purple. That's what I was thinking about. But I don't know what yellow, pink, and purple flowers to target yet. You will have a lot of William Moore collard green seeds this year if you don't get impatient and cut them out. So here's the thing. Y'all know that um, I let one of my collard green plants go to seed, but I'm not patient enough to gather the seeds. I want it out my garden because I want to plant something there. You're dropping more seeds right now, no talking you off this ledge. I'm not mad at you for that. Matter of fact, we're going to use the end of the stream to kind of pick some seeds to go into these green stalks in a little bit. I know for one, we're going to put a zucchini in there. I don't want to put the squash in there because I have starts. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to let my starts completely harden off. This is day 2 with them being outside. So I might wait until like Tuesday or Wednesday to put those in the green stalks, because I've been leaving. So before the live stream started, I put my starts outside, the ones that you keep seeing back there in the little tray. So they're outside, they'll be in there. I'm gonna put a few of these in the ground over by the tomatoes, just one that's kind of shaded. I want to put some more green beans, y'all. I got green bean action in my green stalk. Remember that day I planted the dragon tongue and stuff like that? So those are coming up. But I feel like I should plant more green beans that are green. So I probably should pull that out. So squash, more green beans. I'm trying to think of what seeds I can direct sow in the green stalk to hurry up. I don't want to, yeah, I want to hurry up and try to fill some of it. So yeah, what I'm also going to do is for the zinnias, I think I do have a dwarf zinnia. I think you guys saw it. So yeah, um, so here's what I want to know from you guys, right? If you overplant it, right? Green beans will be the fastest, because I want something that I can pull out really quick. Like after it makes its stuff, I want to be able to plant several times. So green beans seems like it's the move. And I can store them. So where are my beans? Let me, hold on. Uh, pole beans. Where are my beans? I think I have them on the table here. Here we go. Because I knew that I was going to plant them. Um, you can tell now you're going to overplant next year. You know that right now that you're going to overplant. You planted so many beans. You have a whole, okay, so that means I don't have enough beans. So I have more jade bush beans, which can go in there. So maybe we'll plant, I could do labels. I planted the purple TP already. I might need some more. Yeah. Yeah, Swiss chard, I have the Swiss chard that you gave me, Tag. So I'm saving some of the pockets are gonna get the Swiss chard. They're not that big yet though. And I was trying to wait for them to get bigger, but they're also hardening off right now. So I figure if I put the baby Swiss shards in there, and I also need to thin them out. So I probably could do that with you guys. Let me get my little thin out tool if I can find it. Put it somewhere. The little snip thing. Here we go. So I need to snip the Swiss chard. And I'll probably do that. I don't know if it's big enough. That's the thing. I don't know if the Swiss chard is big enough for me to really be thinning out. But I have the beans here. I need some labels on the back side of the table. So I'm going to get some labels here. Oh, man. That's so funny. Thank you, TXLALA. Thank you for the sunshine. You dropped so many seeds. You already have fall, tomatoes, and peppers. Listen. Wait, stop. That's a thing? Yeah. I used it on stream before, too. Labels are not overrated. I need to know what's there. Look, a little snipping tool. I don't know if I'm using it right. Is it locked? Yeah, okay. There we go. That's a thing. I like labels because I like to know. I don't want her to tell me who she is. I need to know who she is when I plan her. So that's why I have labels. So let me get my labels out. Here we go. I want to use these labels today because it's a bunch of them. Yeah, that's... Oh, you knew that already. You're using that too? So how big is your Swiss chard supposed to get when you before you transplant it? That is the question. So we have dragon tongue already out there. We have purple TP. probably could have planted some more of these. So I have some jade bush beans coming up in the raised bed, but I think this, do birds eat bean seeds? Because I'm pretty sure I think that they ate some of my bean seeds. TX, good morning, good morning. I don't like the guessing game. I need to know what's there. Jade bush beans. Got the purple TP beans, dragon tongue beans, and then I think I'm gonna plant some blue lake beans. Yeah, TFP is a horrible habit of not labeling anything, right? I think I'm gonna put you guys on the other. Hey, Crafty. So I need to put out this and some more beans. We're gonna use the last couple. So are you saying birds don't eat the beans? Because they have been plucking something out of the ground in my raised bed, so I think that's where some of my beans went. Do they eat beans? I don't know. Actually, I could probably just sit you guys on another green stalk while I plant in a green stalk. How about that? I don't need the other. So yeah. Matter of fact, Tag, if you could look at the phone for a second. I know you're out in your garden working, but here's what I want to ask. For those of you that plant Swiss chard, how big is it supposed to get before you thin it out? They can be like little collards. So I'll show you what they look like right now. And I know I have to thin them out, so let me just show you. I haven't ever been successful with Swiss chard before. So these Swiss chard are all Swiss chard that I got. Let me bend you down. From Tag, right? So this tray right here, these ones right here, I don't have to thin this one, this one. I do have to thin this. There's two here. Gonna thin it. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, wait. There we go. So, yeah. And then I got it. There's three. So I only dropped one seed, but they come up in clusters. And then here. So here I'm going to thin out these two. Maybe I shouldn't do it on stream because if Chanel is looking, she's going to be like, no, don't cut the babies. So these two are fine. I'm going to wait for them to get at least maybe the fourth true leaf before I do that. But let me just show you guys. I'm going to put it here so these plants know. I hope they can feel the snips coming because I put them there. See how picky that was? Right there. Oh, you guys couldn't even see what I was talking about. So I'm going to wait for them to get some extra true leaves before thinning them down and putting them in there. I could transplant these right here. Because if I can, that's what I'm going to do this weekend or this week. And then I have these, which look like they're dampening off, which is bad. These right here. But I'm going to just leave them for now. I thought that they were too small to transplant. I was waiting for them to get some extra leaves. She said, girl, go ahead. You know I'm looking. I'm trying to save you the heartache and pain. All right, so let's go over here to these green stalks real quick. Because that's where I'm going to put, it's going to be, the beans are going to be in the yellow ones. The garden is it the north side of my house? I think we had this discussion before. I have to look again because I forgot. I know that things grow here. Okay. Perfect. All right. I don't think it is. Not sure. Okay. So I could put 1, 2, 3. I'm doing things so I know everything is together. They big girls now, so they can go outside. Okay. So let me show y'all this little puny. I'm calling it puny. I got a little puny. I would guess it's the west side. I'm not sure. West side, east side, north side, west side. Look at this. I planted this in March. This should be like a beet by now. A little sorry little sucker. I hate beets sometimes. They don't, yeah. But let me, oh, okay. So, all right, let's get it together. We want to plant in here. I don't know. I got to get my other phone. I'll tell you in a few when I go back inside. I just want to plan out a few of these pockets. So for this one, I'm going to plant 1, 2, 3. These, all 3 of them are going to have, what I do with the beans? Why did I choose? I didn't choose. It just happened that way. Once I watered it down, it went down. So I'll refresh the soil over time, but I'm not adding any more soil to this thing right now. I didn't choose to do it. It just kind of happened. And of course, I'm going to put 3. Uh, beets are heavy feeders. Okay. Well, when I decide to plant some more beets, that's what I'm going to do. Because they don't like me. It's okay. I keep making the same mistake over and over, apparently. So in this one, we're putting the jade bush beans. 3 of them in each. Because the green stalk people say you could plant 3 in each. Push you down a little bit. Then over here. And once they come up, I will come back and put straw on it. I actually might bring you guys with me to put some straw on the other ones where they came up. Push it down over. Bury them in and add my labels. The sidewalk was such a great idea. It was. It was a wonderful idea. Thank you, Cece, for that comment. Let's see. Jade bush. And I like the sidewalk because I'm going to put herbs all around the side. What is today's date? Is it the 17th? And what I'm going to do also is take the seed houses that are on the other green stalk. I'll show you. And put them over here while I'm adding seeds. So we're going to borrow from the other green stalk because I only have 6. So let's see. Speak nicely to it. To the beet. The beet doesn't like me. So yeah, let me borrow some of these seed houses where it's coming up at already. So check it out. The seed houses do work because the beans weren't up the other day, but check. They're coming up now. See? And I think in this one too. Yep, they're coming up in there too. So they work. And I'm just going to put them over on this one. Let me take another seed house. I'll take this one. So that way I know that these were just planted. If I could put it on there right. There we go. Kind of give them like a little incubator. help them a little bit. I had it on the beat until it didn't want to act right. All right. So, got those. Let's see. And then in this green stalk, I guess I could put some more beans since it already has some beans in it. So, hey Tamiko, maybe I like to do things. Can't put it there. I could put it here. Then again, I have an open space here. I'm indecisive. Did I save any spots at the bottom? I did, right here. So, what I'm going to do at the bottom of this one is, let's see. I might regret this. I might not. We're going to see. Might or might not. Do I have any open spaces? So there's a lunchbox, a lavender, purple TP. Here. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop a zucchini seed in there. Just to see what happens. See what happens. And put me a label up there. If I can find my labels. And then I got to drop another zucchini seed over in the ground. I probably should go get my other seed houses from inside. Put this seed house on here. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but you see how you put 3 behind the lip and then 2 in front? And it snapped. Come back in here and probably water that one pretty soon. Do I have celery? I do. So if you kind of look here, let's see if I can show you. That is celery. Where else do I have celery? This green stalk overall has celery. So have a celery there. And a celery back here. Yeah, the zucchini is gonna get big. I saw other people grow celery. Grow zucchini in it. So I'm just gonna try it. Worst case scenario, you know what I'll do? Take it out. So yeah, the covers are like domes. And I have more green bean seeds that I'm gonna put over here, which ones are these? I'm gonna turn you around so I can see while I'm planting. All right. All right. So I want to be able to read. Just Blaze is in here. Hello. How are you? I didn't see you, but I saw CC speaking, so I'm guessing that you're here. So I guess I'll put, yeah, 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm gonna put the Blue Lake in here as well. Three in each. And I'm also, once they germinate, what I do is I come in and I cover with straw, because that's how I know that particular one is completely planted out. How are you? Welcome in. All right. So 1, 2. Actually, I want to do those holes over. 1, 2, 3. There's a tree over here that puts out these little things. I hate them. They like fly everywhere and then they make little trees. See? I hate it. All right. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna make this statement and I'm gonna make it one time. Everybody in the chat that knows me know that I feel this way. If you make any sexist comments in my chat, I will block you. Let's try to be respectful. We have spouses, but a lot of us are very independent. So let's just be careful here. We don't even joke like that over here. All right. So here we go. Blue Lake. All right. Yeah, I am gonna put some Swiss chard in there. I have to take it out of the things. So Swiss chard is probably gonna go in the new green stalk. It'll probably go in the base of the purple ones, but right now I'm putting beans in the yellow ones. I have a lot of pockets left to fill, and I probably should have got some more seed houses when they were on sale too, but I didn't. Eventually I might. But they also don't necessarily need the seed houses. But now is a great time to do this because it's going to be warm for the next couple. It's going to be warm for the next couple days. So once they come up, like I said, I'm going to put in some the straw. Cover those up. Hopefully they germinate. I'm going to come back in and water them. So for those that have had green stalks, your experience with green stalks, how often are you watering these things? And do you water by top only or do you do the pockets? Let me know what you're doing because I would love to know. And then I think I have like 2 more seed houses. Oh, you're in summer already? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's pretty hot where you are. How's your rosemary doing, Sylvia? Did it make the trip okay? Okay. And then I needed to put 1 more zucchini over in the garden. Yours is so packed you have to water all the pockets. Wow. So you don't just top water. Oh, you might indulge. Okay. So I wanted to put, let me just show you guys where I'm going to put, so over here, hopefully it doesn't mess up. It looks like I still have pretty decent service. Now, this could be a mistake or it could not be a mistake, but we're going to see today, right? So I'm going to put you down here. It's not level. Sorry, you guys. Try to not to have you fall. So over here, I don't know if you remember from before, I used to have a tomato plant there. This year I'm gonna put a zucchini plant here. Move the straw back. I'm gonna put the straw, but I'm gonna put, but over here I'm gonna put 2 seeds because between the birds and the squirrels, they dig. So, uh-oh, I dropped one and I don't know where it went. So hopefully I don't have any volunteer zucchini. Come back over here and water. so I know where to water. All right, so I've done a little bit of planting. Um, give us another hour. I would, brother, but I think that my phone might die. So imagine, hopefully, by next stream, there will be two more because my green stalk comes today. So we got a total of 4, yellow, purple, looks great. You do the finger test to know when to water. Yeah, so the sun gold was not over here. We had aroma over here, but let me just show you guys. You'll see it on a video coming soon. I had the sun gold here before, but I have some volunteers. Check it out. So, yeah. But for the full garden tour, um, yeah, garden gals is tonight. Drop the details in the chat for me, please, Cece. So the full garden tour, you guys will see. We're gonna get this Swiss chard in there this week because y'all told me that they big girls and they can go out in there now. So those will go out. Make sure you guys, I'll wait for Cece or Shelly to put the Garden Girls info in there tonight. Um, yes, we love volunteers. Remember I wasn't gonna plant sun gold this year, but I'm not gonna pull them out. I just didn't want to buy the sun gold, and I didn't buy any sun gold tomatoes, nor did I save any. So that's why I wasn't gonna have some. But since they volunteered, we have them, right? We have them. So I'm gonna give you guys back your day. It's starting to get a little warm outside. I don't know how this is gonna go with Mariah, right? So everybody, make sure you're gardening. Make sure you're doing. Oh, the Garden Girls. That is an awesome song. Make sure you stay hydrated. Listen, when you go outside to garden this week, it's gonna be a hot one. It's gonna be very hot. Please, please, please do stay hydrated while you're out in these gardens. Take pictures, post pictures. I have a community wall. You guys can do that as well. Before we go, if the commands work now, you can go ahead and drop in your channels before I go. Make sure if you want to join us in Discord, please do. Also, I don't know if TFP is still in the chat, but she was on my podcast as well. TFP streams daily at noon Eastern Standard Time. So check her out. She has her grow tent up and going again. So it's foraging. She has her grow tent up and going again. So you get to see her from the very beginning doing all her plantings and everything and her aeroponics and everything like that. So yeah, Shelly did do 8 p.m. tonight, Garden Girls Chat. It'll be on Cece's channel, Jacqueline's channel, Rosita's channel, Shelly's channel. So check any of them out. They should, if they don't have the, thank you, Growing What I Eat. Look at that. If you don't have their channels, Shelly is dropping them in the chat right now. So thank you, Gui. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. I'll see you guys this week upcoming. So let me just tell you, this week upcoming, we're going to have my May garden update will drop 8 a.m. tomorrow. My grandmother's garden update from when I was down there for Mother's Day will drop on Thursday, 8 a.m. Thank you. The other thing, so if you want to, here's what I want to say about the notifications. If you have a YouTube channel, go in and look at I don't know if it's like insights or whatever it is. YouTube is changing how they're doing their notifications. When you get the notifications, make sure you click into them so YouTube doesn't think that you want to silence them because it looks like they're doing it all. Oh, look at that. Another one. You guys, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Angela Calloway, member. For you members, the members only video won't come out as early as I usually have it. It'll be out this evening because I might put some shots of Mariah in there. I haven't decided yet. So the members only video will be out before the end of today, but it will come out pretty a little bit later because I do need to leave here and go there. But yeah, so for everybody, thank you for joining. Please, please stay hydrated. Plant in your I think y'all like the horn. Thank you so much. Stay hydrated, Just Blaze. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay hydrated. Do all the things. Plant stuff, take pictures, do everything. So yeah, make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way out if you haven't already. Great live, you guys. I had so much fun with you guys. I'll see you again next weekend. So what I'm going to do is when I don't go live, hey Calvin, when I don't go live, I've been having to go home a lot more often than not. When I don't go live, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do a post as usual, like how I normally do. I think the Mother's Day weekend, I didn't have the picture. YouTube was acting stupid, but I did post it on there. So everybody check out the Fresh Princess. She'll go live at noon. Garden Girls Chat tonight at 8 p.m. Who else? Miss T goes live during the week in the mornings, I think around 9:30, 9:45-ish. And Wind Down Wednesdays is on Wednesdays. I think is at 7 o'clock. Sorry, charges to my heart, my brain, not my heart, if I didn't remember yours. But make sure you're checking everybody out. All right. Great garden community. We're doing all the things. And yeah, Miss who me ST7. What does that mean, Nichols? You're going live at 7? Is that what that means? Let me know. Okay, so check out everybody. Have a great day. Plant something, grow something, harvest something. Just garden and do some. 7 Central Standard Time. And then Nichols at 7 Central Standard Time. Thank you, Nichols. So yeah, have a great day, everybody. Peace out.